And welcome everybody to probably the first episode of tutorial video I've ever done. I'm mainly doing this for the sake of my girlfriend because she's going to be new to competitive and she's been wanting a video like this just to help her know how to make competitive Pokemon. But instead of just doing it for her, I thought I might as well just get it out there for everybody. And I'm not alone here.
Hello, I'm here as well.
That's right, I got Luna Boy with me. And
It's been a while, but I'm here.
yeah. So I'm going to teach people how to get competitive Pokemon with Eevee breeding, Eevee training, the different methods of Eevee training, obviously, and the different play styles. So please bear in mind, this is going to go into a bit. Hopefully not too much, though. So first things first, we're going to do Eevee breeding and egg moves.
I was gonna forget about egg because they're important.
Yeah. Now, I have here two Poplio. One I got from Luna quite a while back, and one I got from Wonder Trade in Pokemon Home. They both have egg moves. One have Life Dew, which is the Japanese one from Home. The other from Luna has Perish Song. They're both modest nature, so I don't really need to worry about that. And as you can see, they
still need Neverson.
Yeah, hold on. And they both have modest nature. Now, we're mainly just going to transfer one from the other here because they're both boys and I'm not going to breed any eggs. So, this is just what we're going to do here. Let's get them in. They will, at some point, get the egg move from one another. So the Japanese one will get Perish Song and Luna's that he gave me earlier, like much earlier. Will end up getting Life Dew. Both of which can be really good moves. So, you know. Perish Song just requires a lot of timing and one hell of a situation to pull it off. So it's usually within about this time of getting one egg, which should be right about now. Then I can withdraw them out. So I'd like to take them back. I'll take both of them out.
I'd suggest taking one of them out, checking, and then putting it back in if it doesn't have the move.
Nah, I should do, because I've done this before this quickly. And voila! There you go. They both have Perish Song and Life Dew now. Now,
yep. For
the Eevee breeding, as you can see, the Japanese one actually has better IVs. Luna's does have them in attack, but don't really need the attack stat for a Primarina. So honestly, the Japanese one is better off. Sorry, Luna, but you know.
That's fair, honestly.
Now, as he said earlier,
more IP with attack.
As he said earlier, Everstone. Now, I don't have a 6 IV Ditto, which means for me getting the IVs is a bit harder. I don't even have a 5 IV Ditto actually, to be fair either, so. But, one thing you want to do, you want to get a Destiny Nod, put that on the Ditto, at the very least. You can also get the IV checker, for those that don't know, by going to the battle tower and battling there. I think it's, what, 6 battles or something?
Yeah, 10 BP.
10, okay, so yeah, 10 battle points, so that's like... No,
5 battles?
I'm talking about the IV checker.
Oh, is that battle points or is that hatch eggs again? I don't remember.
No, you need to do a certain amount of battles in the battle tower. You know, just keep going until you beat Leon. I'm sure you're the best bet.
I'm googling it, hold on.
Yeah. So while he googles that, I'm gonna... Okay, apparently I left something in the daycare. That's not what I wanted to do. As for my Persimmon. Okay. I have been recently breeding Pokemon because I needed to trade back some Shield some Sword exclusives for her Pokedex. So, you know.
6 victories.
6 victories. Okay, so you need 6 victories in the Yeah. So you need 6 victories in the battle tower. Oh, excuse me.
Okay, you can't do the fights in 2 different formats. It has to be 6 in one format.
Yeah. So, personally, I'd go singles. It's a lot easier. So, yeah. So you put the Destiny Knot on the Ditto and the Everstone. In my case, on the Porphyro, because I want to keep that modest nature.
If you wanted to keep the Ditto nature, you could just switch the items around.
Exactly, yes. Preferably though, my Dittos are all neutral nature, so that's not going to be happening.
Yeah, that's you anyway.
Honestly, that's kind of the best thing, in my opinion. I know some people will say otherwise, but I prefer it I prefer the Ditto having a neutral nature. Because then I'm not stuck with, well, which one do I freaking choose to put which on? All I know is, Ditto with my Destiny Knot, we're good. Makes things a lot easier.
Ditto and a modest Ditto.
Mm.
So if I want one of those natures, I'll put it on the Ditto. If I don't, I'll put it on the other.
Yeah. Because the natures do matter when it comes to the stats.
What's the percent boost? It's like 20% boost in a stat, I think.
Something like that, yeah. And that does matter a whole lot. So we're just gonna get a few quick eggs.
10% boost and 10% decrease.
Ooh. That's still quite a bit though.
That's a lot, actually.
Yeah. Alright, one of them is already hatching. Jesus Christ.
That was fast.
Yeah.
What are you breeding, Popplio?
Yeah.
I think they've got medium egg cycle.
Probably. That's why, watch me get a fucking shiny just like by chance. Just from these
shiny in the middle of
just from these 2 eggs. I haven't even got 5 eggs. I haven't even got 5 eggs yet in my party. I had 2 and one of them's already hatched.
I'm assuming it wasn't shiny because you didn't freak out.
No, it wasn't. The last shiny I got was freaking shiny female combi. That was a pain to get.
How many shiny males did you get?
3.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, that's right on.
To be fair, after the 3rd one, I started going for the battling method. So, you know where you have to battle like 500 and then your chances of getting a shiny increase. I went for that method after the 3.
Kill 500 of them.
Yeah. Alright. I don't know why I always get 5x. I really shouldn't, especially during a fucking tutorial video.
I think you only like 2 or 3.
To be fair, this is gonna be. To be fair, this hatching bit is gonna probably be cut out.
Fair.
And there's no way we're already 8 minutes into the freaking making of the episode. Are you kidding me?
Oof, really?
Yeah. What the hell?
That's
ridiculous. Doesn't even feel like it. This is the thing, like, breeding Pokemon eggs is therapeutic as hell. Right. At the very least.
For ages, honestly.
And would you look at that? Perfect 5 IV Popplio with liquid voice. Oh, you're a beauty.
Damn.
And that was the first egg that hatched. Okay, little buddy. So you're going in there. You're going to go in box number 1 with the other bread stuff. Or maybe Alola Executor and Alola Marowak. I still need to sort them out.
Yeah.
Alright, may as well hatch these last 2 and then we can get on to the Eevee training bit. So yeah, IV breeding, nice, simple. Just get a good Ditto. Preferably 5 or 6 IV. Don't be using a 4 IV like I have to. Because I can't find a 6 IV or a 5 IV. So yeah.
I mean, the best way to get them is definitely by dens.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's just, like, they're gonna be extremely difficult to get hold of, because in terms of good IVs, you're looking at 5 stars at the very most, and that can net you at least 4 to 6 IVs. At the very least 4. And if you're really lucky, 6.
Give 6. Like, all of them from 3 upwards have a very small chance to give you 6 IV.
Mm.
But it's very unreliable.
Yeah. Like, I definitely do need to do some ditto hunting just for the sake of getting new IVs. So let's see the rest of them. Ooh, 5 IV but missing that special defense. Ouch. 4 IV missing defense and speed. Oof.
I mean, to be fair, Primarina doesn't need speed.
No, it really doesn't, so you could be fine with missing attack and speed. Now, first of all, let's take the Poplio. Now it's time for the Eevee Training. Now, to be fair, with this generation, we do have the whole Dynamax thing. So, first of all, slap on 10 Dynamax counters on the thing. Now, I'm going to show you the stats from an un-Eevee trained Poplio Primarina at level 100, and then I'll Eevee train it and show you the difference, okay? Now, I am going to go for the most simplest Eevee training method, because I am doing a video here.
It's also the fastest and most expensive, right?
Actually, I mean, it is definitely expensive, but it's not as expensive as it used to be now due to, you know, the dojo.
Oh yeah, the dojo exists now.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that, if I'm being honest.
Don't really care for Icy Wind. Don't really care for Sing. Don't really care for Bubble Beam. Don't really care for Encore. Ooh, Misty Terrain. That's actually something I might put on. I'm not really going to keep it on, don't worry, folks. But I'm sick and tired of skipping through the moves. Oh, hello, Hyper Voice.
Liquid voice, hyper voice.
Mm-hmm.
How can I help you?
Moonblast over the Misty Terrain. And keep up moves, because we don't want to be learning Hydro Pump. Now, there are 3 different methods of Eevee training. There's the one I'm going to do, which I'll show you soon. There's the straight up just find the Pokemon carrying the Eevees you want. So if you want in speed, you got to go find a Galarian Zigzagoon. If you want in HP, you go find a Squirvet, so on and so forth. If you want a full list, go to Cerebi. It's honestly the best website I can recommend for that sort of thing.
It's like the only website you can recommend apart from Bulbapedia, isn't it?
Yeah, and even then Bulbapedia is kind of like second best anyway, so... Sorry Bulbapedia, but it's true.
No, you're 100% correct there. It's very true.
It is. Don't really need Sparkling Aria. I have Hyper Voice, so I really don't need it.
What's Sparkling Aria? I don't know that move.
It's Primarina's signature move. How could you forget that?
I was making a joke because Hyper Voice is better in almost every situation.
Yeah, like content times. I realize that.
Yeah.
Right. So, these are stats of a level 100 un-Eevee trained Primarina. We've got HP at 301, attack at 115.6, defense 184, speed 156, special defense 268, special attack 316. Bear in mind this is modest nature, so it's upping that special attack and lowering the attack stat. Now, personally for me, as much as the defense does need some work, I'm not going to Eevee train it in that. I'm thinking more of special attack and special defense.
That's why I went with my Primarina.
Exactly. That is a more common build. So, let me just check. Let me just check to see if I have what I need. I'm a bit short of my calcium and I'm very short of my zinc. Because yes, I'm using the vitamins.
Which is the fastest way.
Yes, it really is. I know some people are against it because then you're not putting in as much effort, but when you're trying to get Pokemon up and ready for competitive battling, you kind of want to get it as fast as you can.
Yeah, that's 100% fair.
As long as you actually like the Pokemon, I see no reason as to why you can't just do this and just get it up and ready.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll need some zinc. And we'll just buy more for future Pokemon, because why not? Alrighty. Now that we have that sorted, let's give her 26 zinc. Now, vitamins. They increase the EVs. They increase the base points by 10. So you're looking at 250, right? But the max you can give in terms of EVs is 252. So you need to give them 26 if you want to max it out. So that's what I'm going to do here. Now, bear in mind, you have a total of 510 EV points to give. So that's 2 starts getting the full 252, which equals 504, and then the last one's getting 6 EVs.
The game technically allows 512, but those extra 2 don't add up to a stat, so it doesn't.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. So we're gonna do full zinc and full calcium, and then just cause 1 in HP. And there we go, Dream Arena fully done.
The 512 can be useful if you're using a different method and you accidentally kill something that gives like 1 in speed when you didn't want.
Yeah, that's reasonably about it. So, as you can see now, it's fully Eevee trained, 302 HP, 386 in special attack, and 331 in special defense. Those stats have basically skyrocketed. That's my Primarina, actually now done, fully created, ready for battle at any point that I so choose. I'll put it.
Apart from one thing, you've forgotten the item. But that's literally flyby. Just put an item on it and you're good.
Yeah. We're not gonna go into items. I should really change the name of this box. This is not where my shiny non-competitive Pokemon are no more. They're all in home now, as of like a few minutes before this video. So if you're wondering how else to EV train other than the usual go beat up Pokemon or the vitamins which I've just shown you, there is another way. The Pokejobs. Not a lot of people will tend to use this nowadays because of the dojo. But back in the time, this is what I used to use. You can put in, at the very least, 1 Pokemon and at the very most 10 Pokemon. All in here to do whichever ones you want. So you've got your HP seminars, your attack seminar, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed. Now, of course, you're wondering, well, surely they can't give max EVs in one day. Well, that's where you're wrong. They can. If your Pokemon are holding the necessary items, which, if I can get to it, here we go. The power items. Power weight, anklet, band, lens, belt, and bracer. Depending on the one that's being held, depends on what will be increased. Obviously, you put that on the Pokemon that you need to, put it in the right course, put it in for a day, by the end of the session, your Pokemon will have the full 252 EVs in that stat.
That is correct. You have forgotten something about that EV training, though.
You mean you want about the glitch?
No. In order to get the full 252, you need the Pokemon to have Pokerus.
No, you don't, actually.
If you put it in for 12 hours and it has Pokerus...
That's 12, but I'm on about, you know, at the very least, even with 24 hours, with the Pokemon items being held, you're still getting the 252.
Yeah, if you have Pokerus on the Pokemon, you can cut that down to 12 hours.
Pokerus is going to be extremely rare. I wouldn't really bother with it too much.
It's rare, but once you have it on one thing, it's very easy to spread.
Yeah. Oh, I have a raid right in front of the dojo. I shall do that later. Now then, if by, say, you do end up screwing up the EVs of a Pokemon. At first, this was a bit of an issue because, well, you needed to use stat reducing berries. But now, due to the Isle of Armor, we actually have someone who can deal with that for us. So when I've used a couple of times, Miss Lady Clear, right here. All you have to do is just go down to the beach and come up to this island. She will clear out all your EVs for the sake of just 10 pieces of armorite ore. Not really all that expensive considering you're most likely going to be doing raids for most of the day if you haven't already completed your Pokedex and you're not breeding for competitive Pokemon or breeding for shinies like I sometimes do. Now, I know that was a bit quick, but that is basically your Eevee training done, essentially. Unless did I miss anything, Luna?
I think you mentioned almost everything. If you want to change a nature, you can.
Yes, the natures. Thank you for pointing that out. I did actually almost forget about them. Now then.
You explained about natures and Everstones earlier, but you didn't explain about nature.
Yeah. Now, obviously, as Luna has just pointed out, do I even have any nature mints? I should do somewhere. I'm sure I've got some.
You probably have some neutral nature mints or something that you haven't used.
Oh no, here we go. I've got a lonely, bold, impish lags, calm, gentle, naive, serious. Now then, nature mints. If you don't have an Everstone, or if you are just reading for the sake of natures, or if the nature, or if you forgot to give a Pokemon the correct, if you forgot to give the correct Pokemon the Everstone, you can fix its nature when the Pokemon hatches from the egg. So say for example, if I wanted to make that Primarina a calm nature. So, if I go and get to Primarina, because it can work as a calm Pokemon, as a calm nature. It's not going to hit as hard, but it's going to bug some special attacks, which is always nice. So if I give it this, it goes from modest to being calm, as we'll see in a minute. So, Luna, do you remember what Primarina's special attack was? Most modest?
280 something.
I'm on about fully Eevee trained.
Fully Eevee trained. I honestly don't remember fully Eevee trained.
It was 384. Now,
got it. Close enough.
Now that I've changed it to being a card nature, special attack is now 351, and the special defense has gone up to 364.
Which happens to be, what would you say, about 10%?
Yeah.
Bit of a 10% difference there?
I'd say 10%, yeah. Obviously, the attack is still 156 because Calm Nature increases the special defense but lowers the attack stat, which is fine with me because, again, Primarina is a special attacking Pokemon, and we don't even have the full IVs in attack, so we're fine. Now then, there are Pokemon with different sort of stats, so don't be thinking, oh, I can just give everything a timid, or a jolly, or a calm, or a relaxed nature, or whatever. It's not how it works. You can see I have many different Pokemon, all with many different stats and different natures.
I think the only nature that you will never use outside of very, very niche situations are minus speed natures and neutral natures.
Pretty much. Now, as you can see here, I've got some Pokemon as well. I have my Asolvis Tita, Vincenzino, my Galarian Weezing, which I really need to change the name of, my Berserker, which I recently finished after God knows how long, Garfield, the Alola Persian, and Shelob the Galvantula. Now, as you can see, they're all different in all their natures, kind of. I do have 3 Pokemon that are Relaxed Nature. I really should change Berserker to Brave though. But it's all to help out. Garfield's really good with the ability it has because it increases its defense. Because it's got Faircoat. And that's going to double the defense stats. So whilst you're seeing 240 when it's in battle, it basically has 480 against physical attacks. Which is extremely useful. But yes, some Pokemon play offense, some Pokemon do defense, some are... And even then, they split off into different categories themselves. You have some who are bulky, such as my Tyranitar, but yet hit like a absolute truck. Am I wrong, Luna?
You are not wrong, but one way to counter your Tyranitar is by using physical attack, because it's built in special defense and it wears an assault vest, which raises special defense and not physical defense.
Well, that's where you'd be right. However, I do have a relaxed nature. Now, granted. Now, here's the thing. Whilst, yes, my special defense is max, giving me as much special defense as I can get, my defense and HP are shared in the EVs, I should say. So I'm not really getting the best, but this is a nice way to sort of make people think, oh, I can take this out. And then as soon as, say, like a Focus Blast comes to Tyranitar's direction, it manages to live. Kinda nice and fun to screw people over with that. Plus, if anybody decides to do Body Press Corviknight, I can just flamethrower them.
That's fair. Honestly, Body Press Corviknight is toxic.
Yeah, it really is.
Funny, because, like,
you do it.
Get toxic.
It can be if it's hit by Salazzle.
No, I mean, does it have toxic and move?
No. Barely anything has toxic nowadays, which I'm actually kind of grateful for.
All the poison types and a couple other Pokemon have toxic now.
Shuckle!
I didn't hear anything.
Now then. So, it's usually best to sort of look at what your team has and see what might need changing. So, for example, with my Malamar, it's Adamant Nature, Contrary. It's got Superpower to buff up its own attack and defense due to the Contrary ability. Normally, Superpower lowers it. Bear in mind, again, if you see it be increased, if you see the effect be opposite, it's because of Contrary. Please, please, please. Because I've seen so many people think or try to lower my Malamar stats, and instead it gets boosted because of Contrary. It is not a smart move.
People forget about Contrary really easy.
They do, yeah. And I don't blame them. It is one of the most forgettable ones because it's on some Pokemon that don't get used often.
I've seen top players lose to Malamar because of Contrary.
Yeah.
They try to intimidate it, but Contrary said no.
Yeah. So this is the thing. You also need to be aware of not only your Pokemon's abilities, but the opponent's. But we'll get into that maybe another day when Luna's actually fully available to give us a good battle.
Yes.
So, say for example we have a Jolly Decidueye here with long reach. Okay? So, for example, if I come across a Ferrothorn, which sometimes I do, I can essentially hit that thing without taking any damage due to the ability of Decidueye, which is fantastic.
Long reach. I don't think I've ever actually used long reach.
Oh, it's really good. Iron Barbs does not even get set off. It's fantastic.
Nice.
But ignore me.
Just stop in contact, right?
Ignore me and Talion for a bit. I've been doing a bit of research into the pledge moves for a bit.
Oh, the pledge moves are fun.
They are really fun in double battles, yeah. Like you can... Yeah, they only work in doubles, but they are really fun. Like you can make a Scarfed Zeraora slower than a full speed Venusaur.
Yep.
And I'm not joking. I'm not joking. If you're lucky enough to get the Swamp one up, you are gonna be faster than anything.
Full-fledged moves are terrifying if they're used correctly.
Oh, yeah. Now, obviously, of course, as you can see, I've got different Pokemon. So, as you can see, I've got Golisopod, also known as Coward. Because, you know, the emergency exit ability.
Yeah.
And it is mainly just to try and get some priority moves off. First impression, Sucker Punch. I've got Swords Dance, Liquidation. I would maybe do Aqua Jet, but that would be a bit too much on the priority side. Psychic Terrain would kind of screw me over.
Psychic Terrain really does screw Golisopod.
Yeah, so I kind of don't want to risk that. But as you can see, like, again, it's a relaxed nature. Again, as much defense as I can. Because it's not a fast Pokemon. It's a slow one. In fact, most of the Pokemon from Alola were slow.
Yeah.
So, it's really best to look at the stats. Your best way of finding your Pokemon's base stats is going to Celebi. Again, I will always recommend Celebi. All you gotta do is scroll down right to the bottom. You'll see all the base stats for the Pokemon. Look at the highest ones. Those are the ones you want to raise. So for Alakazam, you want it to be a timid nature. That is an absolute must. It is absolute.
Pro want a max speed and special attack.
Exactly. Like I've done with mine right here. This one is a 6 IV Magic Guard Timid Nature Alakazam. 372 speed, 369 special attack, Dazzling Gleam, Focus Blast, Expanding Force, Energy Ball. Boom. There's your Alakazam set. Sorted, nice and quick, done.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what else is there? I've got a nice little Lunatone set, I will admit. This is very niche, but it's really good. It is timid. It's max speed, max special attack.
Speed. Okay.
You'll see why. My freaking Pro Controllers decided to turn off. Thanks for that. So yeah. Like, I had to hyper train a lot of its stats, because I was not getting any luck with reading this thing.
Explain hyper training again.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
We'll get into that in a minute.
So, with Lunatone, again, I've gone for Timid Nature, gone for Rock Polish, Psyshock, Meteor Beam, which is one of the Isle of Armor moves, tutor moves, and Ice Beam, with the item Power Herb. Do you want to take a guess why, Luna?
Does Meteor Beam take 2 turns? I don't remember.
It does. It takes 1 turn to charge, while also increasing your special attack. If you have a Power Herb, you can either get that special attack buff right away and blast them with that Meteor Beam on the exact same turn. Again, your strategy, it always needs working on as well. Make sure you're using the right Pokemon for the right job. I do run some experimental sets, so don't always follow my stuff. But if you want to have a little bit of fun, you're more than welcome to. Just let me know. I really need to sort out that Dragapult moveset.
Dragapult, yeah, that first one exists.
Yeah, that's a bad Dragapult set. Ooh. Now then, the last thing I'm gonna go into before talking more about playstyles in terms of like the different playstyles of Pokemon I'm gonna go into. Hyper training. When you have a Pokemon that is level 100, but its IVs are not all sorted. So say if you wanted a 5 IV, let's say, oh, let's pick a mono. Which one of you guys doesn't have 5 IV that you need? Or just which one of you guys don't have good IVs? Let's see. No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Alright, actually, yeah. You're okay. You're okay. Oh, fuck me.
You're running out of...
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh,
Emolga.
Did you
Yes.
say Emolga?
Yes, I made an Emolga. I made a motor drive Emolga. I made a... This thing is level 100, it's mission HP, and it's missing special attack. Bottle caps, make sure you have bottle caps. this is what's going to do with hyper training. You will absolutely need them, and you need your Pokemon to be level 100. You select the ones that you want to do. So for me, I want to do both HP and special attack. Let's start the training. Training starts now. It'll fade to black. Now it'll fade back in. And it'll say Morgan's done his hyper training. Boom, there you go. I also have a level 100 mobile, which actually is a level 100. Let me check. Yes, it is. It's already been hyper trained though, so we're fine. Now, again for playstyles. For offense, you have quite a variety of Pokemon and playstyles to work to your advantage. But please bear in mind, you have to choose the right Pokemon for the right job. Okay? Don't just go about willy-nilly picking out Pokemon out of the box. So, for full-on hyper offense, I would recommend extremely speedy Pokemon. Alakazam.
One with high either attack stat.
Yeah. So again, Alakazam, Cinderace, Inteleon, Volcarona, Excadrill, Dragapult if you really want to, Salazzle. What else is there? Noivern. Friggin' hell, I've got so many friggin' Pokemon here. Jesus Christ.
Special attack.
Just in general.
Tactical special attack is your listing.
I've just got, in general, so many Pokemon. Alola Raichu. I can't believe I've just said that. But yes, Alola Raichu. Porygon Z. Swoobat, even. Again, I know, it's a bit of a Pokemon that you're probably thinking, why? Because it can be good if used correctly. Calm Mind. Dynamax it. Psychic. Heatwave. Air Slash. You're getting double the buffs from Max Airstream. You're getting double the buffs from Calm Mind due to Simple. Boom, you're done. Sorted. Now, if you want to go for slow offense, the really slow things, maybe even use Trick Room, but still be really offensive. You're looking at things like Hatterene, Kingler, Golisopod, Scizor, Araquanid, maybe, Runerigus, Rhyperior, definitely. Could not recommend that enough. No, Hatterene special.
Oh, I thought you were listing physical. I'm so
No,
sorry.
I'm listing slow offensive Pokemon just in general. Dreadnought. Let's see, what else do I have it? That's slow. Dalmise. Dragalge. Blastoise, kind of. Vikavolt. Dusknoir. Behem. Cannot believe I've just said that.
Oh, Jesus.
It really just goes to show how freaking experimental I've been lately. Heracross. Oh jeez. Maybe even the evolved form of Galarian Coldslayer. If you want to run Cursola, go for it. Again, Trick Room. Yeah.
Pokemon's a thing.
Yeah. Let's see. Wigglytuff. If you really, really fancy a nightmare, go for it.
If you're clinically insane, go for Wigglytuff.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Basically.
The Unicless. The Unicless is a bit more of a bulky Pokemon, but it still hits like a truck, even if it's just modest nature. Phalanx. Gastrodon. Rotom, well, not really Rotom Marsh, or Rotom in general to be fair, but you know. Graplocked. Escavalier. Gorgeist, kind of. Vanillux. Trevenant. I wouldn't really recommend Coalossal with Steam Engine for Trick Room. That would be more like really good and lucky there. Palossand, Tentacruel, kind of. Shuckle, although that's... No, Shuckle's more of a defensive. Shuckle is extremely defensive, and don't even dare say fucking power swap. Don't you dare.
You can make it offensive.
You can.
I'm not going to say I'm saying you can make it offensive.
You can, but at the same time, by doing so, you are extremely screwing up your friggin' defense stats.
You make it extremely frail.
Yeah, like the
most.
most.
Good thing because Shuckle is just built to live hits for days.
Yeah, it really is. Speaking of which, where is my Shuckle?
Speaking of which, we should move on to Playstyles. Oh wait, we're already in Playstyles.
We're already in Playstyles.
Yeah, Playstyle-wise, there are two different categories of Playstyles.
Yeah, you've got your defensive, which we haven't gone into yet. We've got your offensive, which we've done a little bit into already. So yeah, now we'll go into the we'll go out for the defensive now.
There's two types of defensive playstyles.
Well,
one type is playstyles that I won't shoot you for, and the other type is stall.
Yeah. I would not if you really want to piss people off, go for stall if you really want to. Personally, I wouldn't. But actually, no. There's three categories of defense. You've got your physical defense, you've got your special defense, and then you've got your straight up just full on bulk, which is meant to just wall, chip damage, and just make the opponent really get frustrated because they don't know what to do. Shuckle.
The aim of stall is to win by rage quit.
Shuckle is perfect at pretty much all three of them. Not gonna lie.
Shuckle is a great stall one.
With contrary shell smash, you are upping your defenses. You've got toxic to screw them over, unless they're using a steel type. You've got infestation to trap them in, and you've got rest just to heal yourself up if you need to. You can also use leftovers, which is personally what I prefer, because there's no point doing rest or chesto, because chesto's only gonna last the one turn, if you know what I mean.
Single-use actions aren't really useful in competitive.
Yeah, well, they can be if done right.
Depending on what they are, actually. If it's like, if the Pokemon has Recycle or something, it is a berry.
Yeah. But again, it's still like, I still wouldn't use rest or chesto on a Shuckle. I never could. It's ridiculous.
On Shuckle, no.
But you've got things like Shuckle, you've got Regenerate a Slowpoke, Regenerate a Slowbro. You've got Hippowdon for physical bulk. You've got... What else have we got for physical bulk? You've got Dusknoir. You've got Dusclops for just straight up rolling both. Like, Juice Eviolite, Pain Split, Will-O-Wisp. You'll be taking hits for days. Taking hits for days.
It also has Frisk.
Yes, it does. Sadly, mine doesn't. Mine has Pressure. Mine has Pressure.
Pressure is fine as long as people are actually using low PP moves.
Also,
most of the time it's pretty useless.
Also, if we really want to make an Avalugg set really work, to be both physically defensive and also specially defensive, make sure it's got a ground type move on for when you Dynamax it. That special defense boost is gonna help you along the way. Yes, I just said that. This is the thing with Dynamax. The way you play certain Pokemon can change things.
Dynamax changed the entire game, just like Mega Evolution did.
Yeah, but at least with Mega Evolution, you didn't have stats being able to change like that just due to one move.
That's a good point.
I figured out Pop Beetle.
Like Mega, I hate Dynamax. They just kind of mix the worst parts of both of those.
Yeah, pretty much. And made it accessible to everybody. And then you had some G-Max forms. Just thrown in there, because why not? Because favoritism. Partytime never gets a freaking G-Max. Right. Anyway, so yeah, like, Avalugg, it's got sturdy, it's got high defense. Not the greatest special defense, but again, Dynamax, Max, Earthquake, or whatever it's called. Your special defense is going up. You can do that for all 3 turns if you really want to.
Plus 3 special defense.
Exactly. You're looking at an Avalugg with 210 defense that's maxed out right now.
And giving it, what, 2.5 times that?
Pretty much, yeah. you're looking at 400 and something. Maybe 500. I could be wrong. You want to do the quick math?
What was it? 201.
210 times by 2.5.
515.
So there you go. That's
520. Sorry.
that becomes pretty damn bulky on the special defensive side, just from 3 max, whatever the ground type one is.
And while you're in Dynamax, your health is doubled as long as you fed it your candies.
Yes, that's another thing. That's the reason why I gave Pimuna the Dynamax candies. If you have the Dynamax level full, like this Avalok does, you're going to be getting double the health. So that 394 right there, that's going up to 790. No, 786. Sorry, 88. For God's sake.
There's absolutely no reason not to Dynamax candy your Pokemon. They're very easy to get and
Yeah.
no drawbacks.
You can get them in every raid battle. You get them from literally every raid battle. You can max out on them in what? Maybe a week? Maybe less.
Probably a week, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe less than that if you're extremely active and do raids literally 24/7 without sleep.
Which I wouldn't suggest.
No, neither would I.
Even
But...
though Crown Tundra is coming out tomorrow.
Oh God, right.
That's recording this, that is.
Yeah. At the time of recording this, Crown Tundra is coming out like tomorrow. And good God.
What time is it coming out tomorrow?
I don't know. I've got a feeling it's going to be like midnight tonight. And I can't do anything because Bex wants to go through with it with me. So, I'm going to literally be doing it all probably tomorrow.
I don't think it'll be midnight because last time they released it at like 4 PM, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. I don't know, because this is the thing.
It was midnight in.
It's coming out on the 22nd for some of the Americans and the 23rd for those in Europe. Now, at the very least, that's a 5-hour difference.
5 to 8 hours, isn't it? Difference.
Yeah. Like, at the very least, 5 hours. Yeah. So...
If we've done the maths right, that is.
Yeah, it'll be somewhere around that. And can my Pro Controller stop turning off, please? But yeah,
It's gonna be midnight.
no, neither do I, but we'll see.
Either way. It's
So yeah, and in terms of G-Max Pokemon, I'll show you this Orbeetle here. This Orbeetle is a G-Max Orbeetle. It has telepathy, great for doubles. Would not recommend anything else for doubles. Telepathy, for the love of God.
But if you don't have any.
If you don't have anything like Surf or Earthquake, but if you do, run Telepathy. Please run Telepathy. It just makes things easier. You've got Bug Buzz, Giga Drain, Shadow Ball, and Expanding Force. Now you're probably wondering, well, why you're running Expanding Force, you're not going to get Psychic Terrain up. Well, this is the thing with doubles. I can bring out me Psychic Surging DD, boom, doubles. Psychic Terrain up. Orbeetle gets a massive boost with Expanding Force.
Expanding Force is huge.
Yeah. Same with me. Hold on. Whoop. Wasn't meant to come out of the boxes. Same with the Lullaby. Where is it? It has no. I can put Rising Voltage on it. For doubles.
I forgot that was a move.
Now you're probably wondering again, well, what's going to be able to help set up Electric Surge? What's going to help set up Electric Terrain? Well, Pink Urchin, Electric Surge.
Or just Dynamax it.
No, yeah, but if you don't want to Dynamax Alola Raichu, which, I mean, don't really blame you if you don't want to. But please bear in mind, terrains, weather, make sure you take all of it into account when in battles. Again, we won't do battles just yet. Gonna wait for when Luna is actually fully available to do a battle with me for that. Which might be either tomorrow or the weekend, if I'm lucky. If I'm lucky.
If you're very lucky, you'd have to be very no joking.
It's either that.
Anyway, we'll sort that out later.
Yeah, we'll sort that out later.
Off the video.
So that'll be like showing all the different battles tactics that I can do and everything. Showing off some of the Pokemon. And yeah, you're gonna love two of my Pokemon, my dude. You're gonna love two of my new Pokemon.
Anyway, continue the video. This is what I'm here for.
And you're not doing a good job of it.
Shush.
But yeah.
Continue the video.
But yes, there are some Pokemon like Tentacruel that has Rain Dish. Some Pokemon will have Chlorophyll. Again, look at your abilities, look what options you have. Again, Celebi. It has everything you need. Just go there, look at the abilities, look at stats. You do not need Smogon. I am begging you, for the love of God. I know Smogon is really popular, and you know people class it as the best way to at least basically get in, to give you an idea. But please, for the love of God, do not hold it as the gospel truth. It is not. You're talking about people that mainly run constant OU Pokemon. In an actual battle, you're not likely to be running some of them because most of the typing of the Pokemon is going to drop it into RU. Some play a bit differently. Some Pokemon that are kind of bulky tend to be in like PU, UU. Please don't hold Smogon as the gospel truth. I know that a lot of people do that. It's not good. It is not as good as you think.
Smogon's good.
It's not fantastic,
but if you run one of their sets, you're very, very predictable. Which is like the worst possible thing to be in Pokemon.
Exactly. You want to be different. You want to be unique. Yes, some Pokemon do have the case of 4-move syndrome. Alakazam has it. Friggin' Smeargle has it. Smeargle is the worst for it, which is one of the reasons why I'm glad it's not back. A lot of Pokemon do look like they have it, but they don't. It all depends on the.
Does have it. Well, Thievul has 5-move syndrome, which is basically it has 5 good moves to choose from.
Yeah.
If you want to run choice specs, then you've only got 4.
I prefer running Focus Sash on Bed on mine. With Psychic, Shadow Ball, Dark Pulse, and Nasty Plot.
I actually ran a Psychic, Shadow Ball, Dark Pulse, and Parting Shot on mine.
Interesting. Okay.
Parting Shot is a good move, but it's very, very
situational. Yeah.
It's not really situational because it lowers both attacking stats, but not many Pokemon get it.
Yeah. Not to mention, like on a Thievul, you may as well get your boosts up. Hopes of God they don't have priority and just be able to deal with the Pokemon like as soon as. At least in my eyes for a Thievul anyway. They said.
Everything up.
Yeah, but if you've got Psychic Terrain up, you're kind of sorted. Like, I could probably even Dynamax first turn, get the Psychic Terrain up.
First turn Dynamax Thievul?
Or, again, get the Nasty Plot. If I'm lucky, they might switch, because most Ghost types do. If I'm lucky enough, I'll probably get someone who brings a Ghost type in first. Get the Nasty Plot up, Dynamax, Psychic, so on. I don't have to, worry about priority then.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to go into Zeraora. I can't stand Zeraora. I literally only use it for raids.
Zeraora is Plasma Fist plus close combat equals win. Is what
Yeah.
Zeraora is.
Pretty much, and I can't stand it.
However, if you bring, like, Gastrodon, or... Not Gastrodon, Golurk, sorry.
Anything with ground typing, ghost typing, Volt Absorb,
Yep.
and Lightning Rod.
Any
Light
Drive as well.
Yeah.
Any electric absorption ability.
Yeah. Motor Drive, Lightning Rod, Volt Absorb. Any ground types, any ghost types. So again, as you can see right here, Runavigus sitting nicely next to the Zeraora there. That Runavigus could easily get off an earthquake and kill that thing.
That is correct, I believe.
Yeah. Especially with mine, it's freaking max attack.
Fair. Like, at that point, you just win.
Yeah.
Against Aurora.
Yeah. And again,
As long as
also,
you
like...
win.
And also the swampy terrain will really help slow that fucker down.
Swampy terrain.
Freaking
That's an
love the
advanced.
pledge
I
moves.
consider that advanced, not.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later on, and maybe an advanced battle episode.
What do we have left to talk about?
Nothing. I think that's it.
I think that is
So yeah, I know I did ramble on a bit, but it was to kind of show the different play styles, and also a bit of pleading at the end to not use Smogon.
Yeah.
It also kind of showed some IV breeding, Eevee training. I know I didn't specifically show the other two Eevee training methods, but
They're there if you want to use them.
if you really want to use them, just make sure you know which ones you're going for. Otherwise, just use the vitamins. So much easier. Yes, it's expensive, but you want to know something? Get a hell of a lot of watts, buy luxury balls, and then go sell them. You're going to be getting a million for 999 friggin' luxury balls.
What's are easy to get as well? Every raid den reset.
Pretty much, yeah. Even the digging part can give you... Heck, I think the digging part gave me like 300,000 watts at one point.
The most I've seen is 1.2 million.
I've never seen that high. But do you see what I mean? There are ways to get your resources, get your watts, get your money. Boom, you saw it. You're rich. You're able to get all the vitamins you need for your Pokemon. You don't really need to worry about it all that much. I know, it does lack that whole thing of bonding with your Pokemon. But quite frankly, for me personally, now that me and a friend of mine have just started running a league, and I've basically been designated as the lock gym leader, I cannot afford to waste time doing that first method. I have to do the vitamins. I love my Pokemon to death, and I always will. The only one that I can't stand is Zeraora.
Zeraora exists. Therefore,
All I'll
do
say
not
is,
exist.
all I'll say is, it exists. I don't like it. It's there. I'll use it for raids. That is it. Everything else, I absolutely love. I put time and effort researching these Pokemon, researching how to use them a bit differently. Hell, let's face it. You can see that my Inteleon has Water Pledge. I've looked into the Pledge moves. If that doesn't say something about how dedicated I am to playing differently, then what does it show? Because my Silvally right here has the Grass Pledge move. That
Wait,
with
so
the
all
water.
your pledge moves?
Yeah, so Valley gets the Grass Pledge.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah. He's the only starter. He's the only one that's not a starter that gets a pledge move. And it's the Grass Pledge. It's the most useful one. Cause Grass Pledge and Fire Pledge, dangerous. Water Pledge and Grass Pledge, dangerous. Again, that's
Grass
more...
not grass and water. Water and... the other one.
Water and Fire?
Yeah.
Sort of makes a rainbow effect where, like, basically just class as Serene Grace.
Oh.
It's a temporary Serene Grace, basically. Anyway, the pledge moves will be a different time. Tomorrow, hopefully, will be... Well, it'll be Crown Tundra no matter what, but I might be able to get a recording of maybe some beginner-like battle strategies with Luna if I'm lucky.
Yeah, I can use one of the rental teams or something. We can both use rental teams because they're very beginner strategies.
Yeah, and then obviously after that we'll start using our own.
Yeah.
And
I don't have any, but I'll just find something to do.
I've got like, let's see.
Something else beforehand.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 and a bit boxes worth of competitive Pokemon. That really says a lot about me. Right, so yeah. I shall see you all for the Crown Tundra, if this manages to get up before that. If not, then this will probably be up after Crown Tundra. Shouldn't be, to be fair, because I probably will be able to upload this tonight. But yeah. So once it comes to the Crown Tundra, I will see you then with Bex and maybe Luna if he's able to come in. If not, then yeah, it'll just be me and Bex going through and being able to do stuff. Yeah. Hopefully. And then after that will obviously be the battles with Luna. The entire weekend is going to be dedicated to Crown Tundra. I don't know about for the rest of like the month. I think next week is just going to be Vampire because it's Halloween week. So yeah. Tomorrow, Crown Tundra. Hope to see you guys there. And yeah. Hope you have a good time and I hope this helped. See ya.